Hello and welcome. So this is video 3 of the videos that I've been doing for the Women's Centre. And for those of you that are taking part on a Wednesday morning, thank you for taking the time out and exploring, and maybe it's something you've never done before. So taking that first step, well done, and I hope that you're enjoying and that you're finding there's parts of it that are resonating with you, and just taking that time for a bit of self-care and self-awareness is excellent, especially at this crazy moment in time that we're going through. So for this class here, we're looking at our core. And a lot of the times when we talk core, we initially just think of that six-pack abs, but we're going to look at the whole core. And so that's your abs, but we're also going to look at the back part of our core and all the tissues that surround the core itself in the front and back. And we're going to be looking at the side of the core as well. So for this practice, if you have a resistance band, brilliant. If you only have like a yoga strap, what I've done is improvise, and I've tied like a double knot at the bottom, at the two ends, and it's great. If you don't have anything, don't worry. You know, I just like to use a resistance band to give my hips something else, my pelvis, something else to work against. But it's not essential. You can do the first couple of postures that we're doing without the use of a resistant band or strap. So if you do have one and you're not sure where it is, take a few moments and rummage and see if you can find it. If not, take this time to come down onto your back, because that's how we're going to begin. We're going to begin in a reclined position. So take a few moments here, just coming down onto your mat, onto the space, and just notice how you feel. And notice sensations in your body. And maybe there's parts of your body that are talking really loudly to you. And maybe there's parts of your body that there's no sensation that you're aware of. They're really quiet, even silent. And just by sending your awareness and your attention to those parts could be enough just to wake it up. And then bring your awareness to your breath. And notice the quality of your inhale and the quality of your exhale. And don't try to fix or change anything. Just become aware if the breath, if one is longer or fuller or deeper than the other. And there's no right or wrong way to breathe, but just becoming aware of how we're feeling at the start of their practice. And then at the end, when we tune in, we might notice subtle shift in energy or the change in the quality of our breath, just in general and how we're feeling. So if we have our strap, with or without, we're lying down on our back. And I recommend that you get this strap and you place the strap over your right hip crease. So attach that strap to your right hip crease. So I just move back so that you can all see. Your right hip crease. And the ball of your left foot. Okay? So the right hip crease has a strap and the ball of your left foot. I'm tangled in this lovely position. My knees are bent. So take a few moments here with both knees bent and your arms pointed up towards the ceiling. Okay. We need to move in a bit more, then you can all see a bit better. So the strap is around our right hip crease and the ball of the left foot, and reach both arms up towards the ceiling. And then here, draw that right knee in towards you as you stretch your left leg away, and then raise your right arm up over the head. So we're working here in our hip flexor and also on our pelvis, which is all connected to our core. Pause here for a moment. And then draw both knees and your arms, both arms up towards the ceiling. So let's do that again. The same side, pull the right knee towards you as you stretch out your left leg and reach your right arm over your head. And come back to center. Both knees are bent, both arms reaching towards the ceiling. Last one, same side. Pull the right knee in towards you as you stretch your left leg out long and reach that right arm over the head. And come back to center. And then we'll switch sides. So if you have a resistance band, this time take the resistance band on your left hip crease and then your right foot. Okay? Both knees are bent to begin with, and both arms are reaching up towards the ceiling. So this time, draw the left knee, hug the left thigh in towards you as you stretch your right leg out long, and your left arm reaches over your head. You can see my leg is shaking like a dog. So it looks so simple, and yet it's like trauma releasing. Oh my goodness. And then come back to center, both knees bent, arms reaching up towards the ceiling. And again, hug the left thigh in towards you, the left knee, as you reach your right leg away from you and your left arm up and over your head. My goodness. So I don't know if you can see this or whether it's just really apparent in my body, but I am shaking like a dog on this side, and I'm just being with it. I'm not resisting. It's like that trauma release, that stored tension trauma, and I'm just allowing it to happen. And I also know that at any stage that it gets uncomfortable, then I can just bend that knee and it stops instantly. So last one, same side, pull the left knee in towards you as you reach your right leg away and extend your left arm up over your head. And now it's eased off. You take another moment here, just pausing and noticing. And then both knees are bent. And remove, if you were using it, your resistant band or your yoga strap and place it over to the side. So we're going to look now at reclined handstand, okay? So lying on our back, take your arms up over your head. Knees are bent. And then lift your head up off the ground and lift your chest up and then stretch the legs out long. Keep holding. Take a few breaths. Keep the chest lifted. And then slowly draw the knees in towards your chest. And give a little rock here from side to side. And then let's do that once more. So the arms come up over the head. Reach through your fingertips. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head, lift your chest, and then straighten both legs. And then release the head down, hug the knees in towards the chest. So now we're going to look at reclined crow pose. Have your knees bent. Take your arms so they're facing up towards the ceiling and turn your palms so that they're facing the ceiling. So as if you're trying to hold the ceiling up. So our arms are active here. Pressing through your palms And then we're going to draw our knees in towards our chest. Okay? Bring your arms into the inside of your knees. Inhale, exhale, lift your head, lift your chest. Look up. Look at that space in between your hands. See if you can draw your knees in towards your armpits and bring the insides of your feet together for reclined crow. And then slowly release the head, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little rock here from side to side. And we're going to do one more reclined pose on our back. So this time our knees are bent, and take your arms up towards the ceiling, okay? Inhale here, lift your head, lift your chest. As you exhale, take the right arm and the left, but you want to take the right arm to the outside of the, or not the right arm, the left arm to the outside of the right knee. Keep your chest lifted, keep your knees together, come back to center, and then change sides. So the right arm to the outside of the left knee as we find this twist. Come back to center, one more either side. Left arm to the outside of the right knee. Come back to center, the right arm to the outside of the left. Come back to center, release your head down, release your shoulders down. Take a rock from side to side. And then slowly roll over onto a side and push your way up to a comfortable seat. And come to the seat of your choice. And we're going to look now, come into all fours, which is on our hands and our knees. So come into all fours and reach your right leg out behind you, okay? And find that stability here. So don't worry about lifting the leg high, just extend it out long behind you. And then take your left arm out in front. And then take your arm and your leg away from the center of your body, so you're taking it out to the side, bringing it back to center, and then drawing your elbow towards that knee. Reaching it out again. We'll do this once more. So take the left arm out to the left, the right leg out to the right. Bring it back into the center line, and then elbow to knee. Lovely. Lower down your hand, lower down your knee, and we'll do the same on the other leg. So extend the left leg out long and the right arm forward. Take the right arm out to the right as you take the left leg out to the left. Come back to center line and elbow to knee. Once more. Arm reaches out forward, leg reaches out behind. Pull them away from the center line. Draw them back in and elbow to knee. Lovely. So we're going to do something similar but a wee bit trickier. So curl your toes under. Take a deep inhale, so in through the nose, and as you exhale, lift up your knees, hips up and back into downward dog. So inhale, lift your right leg up high, high, high. Keeping your right leg lifted, ripple forward into plank. So one-legged plank. Lovely. Holding this. And can you raise your left arm? And then come back into three-legged dog. Ripple forward into one-legged plank. Lift your left arm. And then lower your knees down. Come into child's pose. And we'll do the same on the other side. Inhale, come forward into tabletop. So all fours. Curl your toes under. As you exhale, lift up into downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up high this time. Three-legged dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. And maybe lift your right arm up. Put the hand down. Three-legged dog. Ripple forward into one-legged plank. Maybe lift the right arm. Three-legged dog. Lower the left foot. Come down into child's pose. Taking a few breaths here in your child's pose. Notice the breath. Notice the sensations in your body. And remember, be kind to yourself. Okay? So we're trying things, we're working, we're moving energy. That's good enough. That's excellent. So come back into your tabletop position at all fours. Curl your toes under. When you're ready, lift the knees, hips up and back into downward dog. And then take a few steps to the top of your mat where you come into a forward fold. Bend your knees as deeply as you need to and allow your upper body to fold over your legs. Inhale, slide the hands up the front of your legs and exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly uncurl each vertebrae as you rise up to stand, and then exhale, hands come together in prayer in front of your heart. Pause here for a moment. Feel your feet on the earth. Notice the quality of your breath. Taking a few more breaths here. And then slowly blink your eyes open and make your way back down onto your back. So today we're really looking at our core and how we can strengthen the back of our core, the front of our core, and the side of our core. So we've looked at the front, and now we're going to look at the sides of the core. So like forearm, side plank, and things like that. So I want you going forward to listen to your body and apply what feels good to you, okay? So lying down on our back, we're going to look at bridge pose. And bridge pose is one of those poses that really helps to strengthen our low back. But first of all, I want you to come up to seated on your bum and have a look at your feet. And I want you to bring the soles of your feet down onto the mat, but see if you can have them as close to your bottom as possible. Now you might see with mine aren't touching, but they're close. And then when you have that position, just check behind you that you're not going to hit anything. And then slowly roll down onto your back. So in a lot of yoga classes, they get us to lie down, which I nearly did there first, and then they get us to change the position of our feet. And that's really hard to do when you can't visually see, and sometimes we don't have that awareness of our feet. So press down into the soles of your feet. Have your arms alongside your body. And press down into your hands, into the ground, into the mat. So really feel that connection with the hands and the feet. And then slowly, inhale, lift your hips up. And this is our bridge pose. I really want you to dig down into your heels. And now especially dig into your left heel as you raise your right leg up. Lower the right foot back down and switch sides. Lift the left leg up. Lower the left foot down. Lift the right. Lower the right foot down. Lift the left. Lower the left foot down and slowly lower your hips back down to the mat. Bend your knees, lift the soles of the feet off the mat, hug your knees in towards your chest, and give yourselves a rock here from side to side. I invite you here, if you have the time, to slowly stretch out one leg out long and then the other. And take a few moments here in this final resting pose. And for those of you that have to nip on, then I invite you just briefly to come up to a comfortable sit. And we're going to finish our yoga practice with a turned of nostril breath. So this breathing practice you can do on your own for 1 or 2 minutes. It's to help create harmony and peace in our mind and in our body. So I suggest that you put your left hand down on your thigh and then bring your right hand up to your face. And then we're going to use our thumb and bring it to your nostril. Okay, so the thumb goes to the right nostril. And then your ring finger is going to go to the left nostril. And your peace fingers, is what we call these peace fingers reach towards your third eye. So take an inhale through your nostril. Block your right nostril, so plug it with your thumb. And exhale out your left. Inhale through your left nostril. Plug your left nostril. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Plug your right nostril. Exhale left. So that is one round. And feel free to practice this, continuing to practice this on your own for 1 or 2 minutes. When that starts to create and you're starting to feel calm, harmony, balance feeling within your body and your mind, you could then start to see if you can have the inhales and the exhales of the same length, the same duration. So maybe your inhalation is of a count of 3, and then see if your exhalations can match that. And slowly then you may be able to increase the time with your inhales and exhales. When that feels comfortable, because it should never, I never want it to feel a struggle or a strain. When you get into a comfortable rhythm with that, you could play with holding, retaining your breath at the very top of its inhale and again at the very bottom of its exhale. So enjoy. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to allow me to share these practices with you.